Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Now we have to take up the ninth question. That is, many people have got some doubt. Can one possess luxurious goods based on one's health? What did Shankaracharya say? Can one perform a marriage ceremony with pomp and gaiety based on their capacity? That is the question. Generally, the karmas are put under two headings, Punya karma and Papa karma. Katyayana and Patanjali in Mahabhashyam Paspashanikam under the Shivasotram Rilak say the following. Yache punaha ashishta pratishiddham naiva tad doshaya bhavati na abhyudayaya tad yatha hikkita hasita kanduyatani naiva doshaya bhavanti na abhyudayaya. This is what is stated in Mahabhashyam. Now, what is the meaning? Anything that is neither prescribed in Dharma Shastras, Veda, Vedangas, wherever it is, nor restricted, would fetch neither papam nor punyam. Just like hiccup, laughter, and scratching. Some people, even without proper cause, make hiccup sounds. Some do laugh without proper reason, and still some scratch head, etc., without itching. There will be neither papam nor punyam for such karma. This is generally not addressed by any pravachanakara, nor people do have any doubt in this regard. That means there are certain things like nitya prahasitaha, nitya prajalpitaha. Certain examples are also given in Mahabhashyam. But here this is the general situation that is seen across the globe, rather. So the same logic is applicable in cases such as purchasing luxury goods, performing marriage, etc., with pomp and gaiety also. Now, the question, suppose somebody is interested in racing with a motorbike or car racing, something like that. For that, such karmas, they are not discussed in Dharma Shastras. For that, what is the result? So it is neither a punya karma nor a papa karma as per the Sanatana Dharma. But the result may be there, one has to face the music, that is a different question. So Shankaracharya says, Swadvanan in Upadesha Panchakam, these things are clearly stated by Shankaracharya. Swadvanan natu yachyatam vidhivashat praptena santushyatam. See, eat good food, do not beg. Yachana should not be done. Be happy with whatever you got due to destiny or Porojanama karma. So sometimes one may have 100 rupees, another person may have 1000, another person 1 lakh, and still another person 1 crore or more. So according to your Porojanama karma, whatever, this is generally called destiny. Daivandishtam bhagadheyam bhagyam stri niyatirvidhi. This is from Amarkosha. So dishti became destiny in English. So according to your destiny, whatever you get, it may be more or less, doesn't matter. So spending as per one's wealth is not wrong. There is nothing wrong in going for extremely with pomp and gaiety if you perform marriage of your son or daughter or whatever it is, and in any other fashion also. These are just examples. So one need not get afraid of spending like that. There is neither punyam nor papam. If one spends a lot of money uh, in any karma, that is the answer. The 10th question will be, what are the steps in a Brahmin marriage as per scriptures? What are the anga karmas rather, avantra karmas rather? People are deviating a lot from and polluting the whole event with Sangeeta and other nonsense. So here, Panigrahanam or Vivaha as it is called, Vara has to start with Ankuraropanam, then Ganapati Puja, Punyaha Vachanam, Raksha Bandhanam, Dvitiya Yajnopaveta Dharanam, Vara Prashanam, Vadhu, and these are the things to be taken care of by from Vara point of view. Vara means groom, bridegroom. Vadhu has to perform the Gauri Kankana Puja, then Gauri Kankana Puja and Raksha Bandhanam generally. So there will be the following Avantara karmas in a Vivaha or Panigrahanam. Here Vara Puja, Madhuparka Dvayam, Dhratva, Kanyadana Sankalpaha, Mahasankalpam, then Kanyavara Gotra Nama Vachanam, Varadakshina, Dharmecharthe cha Kame cha Nati Charitavya, Data says Kanyadata tells Vara, and Nati Charami is the reply by Vara or bridegroom. Then Sumuhurta Vivaha Vedikayam, what is going to happen? Vadhuvarayoho Shirasi Sajeraka Gudan Nikshipet. That is then Sumuhurte Kanya Darishanam Avarana Vastram Apasya Varavadhau Sankalpayataha, then Punaha Prananayamya Om Bhuhu Ityadi Avabhyam Karmani Kartavyani Mangalyan Tantunanena Mamajevana Hetana Kanthe Padhanami Subhage Tanjeva Shradanshadam. That is just a shloka. Here one thing is, actually this Mangalya Dharana with this verse, okay, is not purely Vaidika. Why? Here no mantra is prescribed. Rather, people just recite this verse, Mangalyan Tantunanana, etc. And if you have anything, any karma, like Mangalya Dharanam for example, it should have some mantra from Veda. It is not there. But due to some social reasons and other considerations also, some time ago people started Mangala Sutra Dharana. Otherwise, after placing the Jeraka plus Goda, okay, on each other's head during the Muhurta. Muhurta is generally 48 minutes. Muhurta. So then automatically it is considered that they are married. So then Mangalasotram Kanthe Badhniyat. One should tie the Mangalasotram in the Kantha of Vadhu. Okay, that is the bride. Yoktra Mangalya Puja will also be there. I am not going into the details. It takes a lot of time. Vadhuvarayoho Shirasi Akshataropanam Pradhana Homaha Ashirvadaha Vivaha Pravesha Homaha Shatpatra Prayogaha Agreya Sthalivakaha Aupasaram Shesha Homaha Nakabalihi Garbhadhanam. These are the general steps to be taken, the angas or avantra karmas to be performed in a vivaha. In South India, some people follow the tradition of bhashikam, and it is not mentioned in the traditional procedure of marriage. That means if you take Apastamba Grihisotram or any other Grihisotram, in this bhashikam is not mentioned, is not prescribed. Therefore, it is not necessary. It is a Sanghika Sampradaya. Some social custom has started with that. Shubham Bhuyat.